Reading comics is an absolute joy. Okay, maybe not all of them. Some comics suck. But most of the time, comic books are awesome. And because I enjoy them so much, I decided to buy some more. So welcome back, my comic book friends. Let me show you what I bought, and let's kick it. So Keanu Reeves is a cool dude, and he's even cooler when he's shooting people. Bad people. So if you vibe with that concept, along with him having Wolverine-like powers, then you should check out Berserker, written by Keanu Reeves with Matt Kindt and art by Ron Garney. It's a story about an immortal man hired by the government to do a lot of killing. Just be prepared, you're in for a lot of violence. Okay, editor, chill my bro. Haunt, the Immortal Edition, Book 1. And judging by the cover, it's about a priest who is not having a very good time. Apparently, this is meant to be like Spawn, but by the guy who brought us... Look, I'm all in. I like the storytelling of Robert Kirkman, and apparently this has the artwork of Otley and Capullo, two artists who I respect. Haunt is about a priest called Daniel Kilgore who ends up being dragged into a life of murder and espionage by, wait for it, the ghost of his estranged brother, Kurt. It's Spider-Man versus Boomerang Man, aka... Australia Man? So this is a whole bunch of classic Spider-Man stories from the 80s and the 90s, and a little bit of the 2000 stuff. It's a creator-centric omnibus collecting pretty sweet-looking Spider-Man stories. Art by Eric Larson and writings of David Michelinie. The Complete Witchblade Volume 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Casper, my bro, you only bought these because there's a lovely lady on the front cover. And to that I say, you're absolutely right. But that's not the only reason, because there are also lovely ladies on the back. Yeah. Okay, in all seriousness, as giggity as these books look, I'm also fascinated by the religious, medieval, and crime-themed vibes that they are giving off. Witchblade is about Sarah Pazzini, an NYPD homicide detective who comes in contact with a sentient gauntlet called Witchblade, which bonds with her, giving her powers and helping her fight supernatural evil. All of that sounds like my cup of tea. Plus, the artwork of Michael Turner was simply great. Firepower, baby! Book 1 and 2. This looks like Hadouken, the comic book. I mean, I'm digging the art style. And well, the cover kind of speaks for itself. I can tell you the whole series is 30 issues and they're all in these 2 volumes. You know, I like going in blind with comic books. It's part of the charm. Come to think of it, with video games too, there's just this sense of discovery. Speaking of which, what games are you guys playing now? I'm sort of in this retro phase. I've been playing Streets of Rage 4 and Moonscars. Man, what a good time to be gaming. And reading comics. Miller World. It's a thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. This here is Wanted and Big Game, the Library Edition, as part of the Miller World. Mark Millar has written a lot of comics over the years, and he has a particular style of storytelling which tends to be disliked by some people, such as killing off key characters. That can be upsetting. I get it. Personally, I find his stories to be entertaining. Wow. And he has managed to work with some talented artists. Now, Wanted? It's a story about a villain, whilst Big Game is a sequel many years later, both in the comic and in the real world. And it's a collection of all of Mark Millar's created comics in one explosive story. Outcast, Book 1 through to 4. This is one of those long-forgotten stories by Robert Kirkman. Apparently starts off okay, but then seems to make people... yes, interestingly enough, Outcast had a TV show which lasted 2 seasons and got canned because of... I remember collecting the individual issues and then I lost interest, but I'm feeling committed to the vibes once again. Outcast is a supernatural horror story that chronicles the adventures of Kyle Barnes, a man whose loved ones have been involved in demonic possession since his childhood. With the help of a clergyman, he tries as an adult to unveil what lies behind the supernatural manifestations and why he seems to carry special abilities. Spanning 48 issues, it's all here in these 4 volumes. Spider-Man. Again. But this time he's looking pretty slick and giggity in a black costume. This here is the Complete Black Costume Saga, taking place after the Secret Wars, whatever that was. I should probably read that. And before Venom became a thing, written at a time when comics had a narrator and Spider-Man was giving out smooches. The 80s were wild. The Ambassadors, another Mark Millar title about choosing 6 people to become superheroes. People like you and I from all across the world. It's a cool concept, well executed, but it felt like it needed more time to cook. Like you got my curiosity, but then you left me hanging. I wanted more, as I felt the characters and the world needed more time to expand. Regardless, what we have here is still fun, but a short ride filled with talented artists. Marvel's Zambinos, aka Zombies. Brought to you by Robert Kirkman and Mark Millar. Seeing as The Walking Dead wasn't enough zombie for Kirkman, he decided to bring the party to Marvel with zombies galore. Still not sure how I feel about zombified superheroes. The Marvel What If episode titled What If Zombies was actually entertaining. I hope this omnibus has more hype energy. Junkyard Joe, the deluxe edition from the wonderful universe of Jeff Johns. Created over at Image Comics, this and Hyde Street are the ones that I haven't read yet. I've been really pleased with what he's been doing over at Image, and I hope he keeps cooking for many years to come. Geiger, Rook Exodus, and Redcoat are all so different and enjoyable. As for Junkyard Joe, it's meant to be about a robot.
I am super cool, dude.
An army robot. Gary Frank is doing the art, so it's gonna be a good time. Moon Knight by Jed McKay, a comic run that I mentioned on this channel a few times. It's a good time. I recommend it for its slick nighttime crime fighting adventures. The pacing is good, the cast is fun, and the story direction always kept me guessing. It's safe to say that McKay understood the assignment when it came to telling a gritty story that left plenty of room for adventure and heart. I'm happy to have the first part all in one place, and I hope he sticks the landing with the second volume, whenever he's finished with it. But until then, let the man cook. It's SpiderMan, again. But this time it's the ultimate version, the OG version, Volume 4. This is Marvel's first attempt at a fully fledged adventure of Spider-Man in an alternate universe. I never went the distance with the story back in the day, mostly because it spanned 160 issues and my younger self had the attention span of a potato. But now I feel ready for the whole experience. Which will be available when Volume 5 drops. You really can't go wrong with the Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, the current run is my favorite Marvel comic on the shelves today. Seriously, you should be reading it. The artwork, the plot, and just the awesome writing, it's perfection. Manifest Destiny Volume 2, a story taking place in 1804. Captain Meriwether Lewis and Second Lieutenant William Clark set out on an expedition to explore the uncharted American frontier. This is the story of what they discovered lurking in the wilds, or so the synopsis tells me. This is one of those blind buys. I mean, sort of. I looked at the reviews and was pleasantly surprised and knew it was my destiny to get. It's Hammer Time with Thor by Donny Cates and Nick Klein. This is one of those sad tragedies when the creator never got to fulfill his vision due to unforeseen circumstances. But this is still a series I'm hyped to try, even though it was finished by another writer. I'm a fan of Nick Klein's art after having seen it in The Incredible Hulk, which by the way, I'm still reading that, and I think Donny Cates does an alright job with his imaginative storytelling. I'm curious, do you guys have a favorite Thor story? Let me know in the comments below. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips doing what they do best, telling compelling stories, and I got 2 more of those for my collection. Houses of the Unholy, about an FBI agent dealing with the occult underworld. And Night Fever, the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's the prequel. So apparently this is a Jekyll and Hyde story of a man facing the darkness inside himself. I love a good psychological thriller. Honestly, I can't get enough of these guys. They can have all my money. Radiant Black Book 1. This one has been getting a bit of hype. It's a story taking place in the massive verse in Image Comics, which was established since February of 2021, but has now been retroactively established to have begun in 2014 with a comic called Cowl, also written by the same creator, Kyle Higgins, which is about the world's first superhero labor union. Sounds boring. It's probably pretty good though. The massive work consists of quite a few titles such as Rogue Sun, Inferno Girl Red, Dead Lucky, No One, and a few other spin-offs, as well as this bad boy. The series follows 2 best friends, Nathan and Marshall, who encounter a small black hole-looking object that grants its wielder superpowers. As they slowly discover the object's extraterrestrial origins, they realize that its creators have come searching and will stop at nothing to retrieve it. It's currently 32 issues deep and meant to be a banger. And this whole volume collects 12 issues. Nice. Now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me twice. My time has really paid off at Hogwarts. Nah, I'm just kidding. I can't Leviosa to save my life, but the Magic Order might know a thing or two about... well, magic. Another series from Mark Millar. This is Magic Meets the Mob, as 5 families of magicians sworn to protect our world for generations must battle an enemy who's picking them off one by one. By day, they live among us as our neighbors, friends, and co-workers. But by night, they are the sorcerers, magicians, and wizards that protect us from the forces of darkness. Unless the darkness gets them first. I'm a big fan of attention to detail with these collected editions, especially how they color the book block. Psst, I had to Google the anatomy of a book. Don't tell anyone. Ah, no, I disappeared by accident this time. Where's Gandalf when you need him?
This Elden Ring game slaps. Ah, balls.
The darkness. See, this is what happens when I don't pay my power bill. I should really stop buying so many comics. The Darkness by Mark Silvestri, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I mean, come on, I can't just buy Witchblade without the darkness. These two are like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. This comic has these gritty, edgy 90s vibes that I'm obsessed with. Unlike Witchblade, where the story follows the life of a police officer, this follows the up-and-coming mobster Jackie Estacado. Wow, what a name. Dude could compete with Louis Vuitton. So anyway, he discovers a nightmarish new inheritance, the supernatural power known only as the darkness, or in my case, forgetting to pay the electrical bill. Our hero deals with wise guys, an ancient cult, and probably angels and demons and all that stuff that I love so much. Out of all the comics that I purchased, I think my top 5 most hyped reads would be The Magic Order, Radiant Black, The Darkness, Witchblade, and the Ed Brubaker titles. And now I want to hear from you. What comics are you eyeing up lately? And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you soon.